And welcome to my KISS Collection Part 3. This is just going to be really a lot of silliness. Pictures of me in costume, pictures of me with KISS clothes, weird things I made, some concert pictures, and just other bizarre things I thought I needed to have. So here we go. This first picture coming up is a poster I had on my wall. I'm sure the record playing is a KISS album, no doubt. This would be Halloween 1978, and I am a whopping 12 years old in this picture. Ace with his acoustic guitar, and that is my friend Sherry as Paul. Good times. And this next one I would have been 13. And as you can see, KISS t-shirt, KISS belt buckle. Not sure what the necklace was, but lightning bolt or something. And next one is my 8th grade school picture. 9th grade, so I would have been 13. Got my necklace, got my t-shirt, my big hair. And speaking of big hair, I was 14 in this one. I love that hair. And this was 1984. My first trip to England. I was over there for 6 weeks and saw this awesome poster. So, of course, had to have my picture taken in front of it. And here's some lovely things I made. This is a button. Obviously, I hadn't figured out how to draw the KISS S's yet at this time. This was a mug I made in art class. It was a project. We had to do a head face thing, and a big nose was required, apparently. So I did Paul Stanley. Not that I think he has a big nose, but it was part of the project. And we couldn't drink out of them, but they make a good pencil holder, pencil cup. And this is just a handkerchief I drew up, fabric paint. This next one, though, I am quite proud of. This was a pencil sketch I did of Paul Stanley in 1986. I think it came out pretty darn cool. Probably one of the best portraits I've ever drawn. Now for some concerts. There was a debate on how many concerts I'd actually been to. I remembered 3. The other people I asked all remembered 2. So I was very confused, but the truth will be told. This was our first concert up in Syracuse, so I would have been 17. It was in 83 when I went to this one. And we were in the nosebleed section. We couldn't see anything. I mean, even the big screens they had were still pretty small, ant-sized, but we had fun. We didn't take this picture, obviously, far too close. The second concert was in Binghamton. And I would have been 18 by this time. Coming up here is a review that somebody posted. There's my ticket stub. I got $10.50. Anyway, here's this review, and I'm going to read my comment on the comment. It's coming up. I hope I can read it fast enough. My comments across the top, what I wrote. And I had this to say. And this was our third and final concert, so I was right. We went to 3. And this is my friend Sherry and I, all dressed up for our first concert, or last concert. You can see those roses that we're holding. We made those. They'll be showing up again later on at the concert. There we are again, looking thrilled. And of course, the required ticket stub that unfortunately does not say KISS on it. And here we are at the concert, waiting for the lights to go up. And ta-da! And this is Paul Stanley. See, as you can see, we're pretty darn close. We were right up against the barricade, so we couldn't have gotten any closer had we tried. And this was a sign that somebody threw up on the stage that Gene balanced on his nose. And it's hard to see in this, but Gene is now balancing the roses on his nose that Sherry and I threw up on stage. There they are, Paul and Gene and Donnie in there, and Paul again. And I was fascinated by the hole in his crotch for this one. And Paul again. Paul was my favorite, remember, if you saw the first video. And this was the finale. They were coming down. There they are. Woo-hoo. Couldn't hear for 3 days after this. And of course, the review sucked. But I disagree. Now, in the previous video, I showed this signature, these autographs that a friend of mine got up in Rochester. And she also sent with this a letter that I am going to share with you, her conversation that she had with them. I'm not going to read this. This is, if you want to pause and read this, go for it, but I'm not going to read it that fast. But this is just the conversation that she had with KISS and included as part of her gift to me. And this was a clipping from 16 magazine where I had written into the magazine asking if Gene was left-handed or right-handed, because clearly I didn't know about guitar playing at all and couldn't tell that they were all right-handed. But anywho, you get the idea. I told you this was going to be silly stuff. Next is a movie that Gene made with Tom Selleck. Woohoo! I vaguely remember seeing this movie and Gene being a mediocre actor. If anybody saw Tom Selleck in Runaway, there's Gene meeting his demise. And this was a clipping from maybe Mad Magazine that I thought was cool. And these are obviously the Dolls newspaper clipping. This was probably so it says June 1997, telling the value of the Dolls and a few other things, at least as of 1997. So there's a little close-up of, some of those things. And this is a calendar that I had completely forgotten that I had and never even opened, from 1998. And I may have accidentally bought more stuff that I didn't need, and we'll find out what it was. Because I got tired of not having anything with all 4 members, I found this online at a price I was willing to spend. And it's really hard to do all this with only one hand. still don't know what it is. They were really well packaged. And I will begin wrestling with the wrappings shortly. Trying to get this thing out of here. Or these things, actually there's 4 of them. There we go. And the magic of editing. And Psycho Circus. Peter Criss. Woohoo! And this is going to be a duplicate of the Paul Stanley Psycho Circus doll that we saw in the first, I think we saw it in the first video, but this is still in the package. And then we're gonna have Ace Frehley Psycho Circus doll, again a duplicate of what I already have, but in the package. Yay! And last but certainly not least, Gene Simmons. And I just dig the monster face, mouth they gave him. It's pretty terrifying. And then we went to the grocery store. Soda. Gene Simmons is selling soda. And we're going to do a taste test of said soda at some point, but not in this video because this one's already like, I don't know, over 10 minutes long. And I want to keep these short. So we'll do the taste test separately. We're going to compare and see how well Gene makes out in the ginger ale, cola, and I think cream soda was the other one. Woohoo, in the cart and ready to go. And that is the end of what we have so far. Like I said, this is the end of part 3. This is the entire collection, other than the taste test that we will be doing next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed learning all about my KISS collection and seeing me as a weird teenager. Bye-bye.